guys, welcome back to my channel. So you've just gotten a bunch of ink samples and you want to try them right away. So of course they're swatching, but you also want to test them in a pen, but all of your pens are currently inked and you don't want to flush them out. So what to do? Along comes dip nibs. Now there's something I just figured out about dip nibs. I'm so mad at myself for not figuring this out sooner. And I haven't seen anybody else talk about this, so I'm going to share it with you in just a minute. Okay, I promise I will get to the reveal as quickly as possible. I do have some new subscribers. Hi, thank you. And I just want to go over a few basics. So you're very excited about your new ink samples and you want to swatch them, get them on paper. The quickest, easiest, cheapest way is Q-tips. They're disposable, no mess, you're done. They're great. I've also gone the route of paintbrushes for a little bit. I've since pretty much stopped using this only because fountain pen inks are not as soluble as watercolors, and the ink will get trapped in the neck there. So you do have to be very careful about cleaning these a couple of times, and then, cleaning them on paper towels to make sure. Any ink residue is gone, because you don't want to contaminate your inks. You don't want to get dark blue inks in that pretty pink ink you just got, or maybe you do, but whatever. I'm not your mother, do what you want, but it's just a word of caution and advice. So now you want to start writing with your inks, but all of your pens are already inked up and you don't want to flush them out, because that would, one, be a waste of ink, two, takes a lot of time. So you go to a dip nib. Usually the most basic that everybody starts with is a glass dip nib, and these are pretty. You can get them for $5–10, and they go all the way up to like $500, because there are beautiful works of hand-blown artistry, and they are gorgeous. That's another rabbit hole you can go down, but they are pretty. And look at that little sparkle in there. I just don't particularly like these because it feels very fragile, and I'm not super delicate. So I'm not graceful in that way. So I always feel like I'm going to snap this. It makes me very, very nervous. So I feel like I'm being too cautious, and I feel like my actual handwriting doesn't come across with it. And what you want to do when you're testing your inks, you want to see how it's actually going to write. So not one that I use. Then I've tried some other ones. I've tried calligraphy, but that's an art form that I do not have the talent for, or the patience for the drills, but it's beautiful to look at. It's so pretty. I tried this Midori one. It's okay in the hand. I don't love it. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. I don't love the nib, but it works. It works okay. Just not a favorite. There's also the Pilot Eru Tushu. I don't know how to pronounce it. I will insert a picture here. So you can see what it looks like. It's very pretty. I've seen people use it. The nib is not removable. So, and this is what I'm getting to. I'm getting to it very soon, I promise. It seems like a very nice option for those out there looking for that. I also tried the Kakamori nib. I no longer have it because I swapped it with my friend Gail here on YouTube. And I didn't love it. Number one, the price is really up there. It's like over $50. And I mean, it does what it's, and this is so controversial here, because I know some people really like it, and that's okay. Do your thing. But it's over $50, and I don't think it gives consistent lines. You have to be very, very careful writing with it. And it's shaped like a bullet. So imagine writing with the tip of a bullet. To me, it makes no sense. There was a lot of puddling with it. Just, again, not my favorite, especially for the price point. And we want to have affordable options. So here's what I'm getting to. So I'm sitting here one day and I have this file, and in it is a nib that my friend Gail sent me. It's a TWSBI medium nib. And I look over at one of the calligraphy pens on my desk. This is the comic nib holders for those that do that kind of art. And like, why didn't I try that sooner? Are you kidding me? It was that easy. So now I have a TWSBI nib in a nib holder that I actually enjoy. Well, I don't enjoy this color. I wish they had some more neutral colors because this is like so out of my comfort zone. But anyway, that aside. So I start looking at some of the other nibs that I've swatched out. Oh, by the way, I would not suggest getting a cork nib holder for anything because it will get ink on this cork and it's very, very hard to rinse out. So, and at some point I rinsed it so much I lost the color that's on the inside. So this is now garbage. I'm done. I'm over that one. Okay, so back to the nibs. So I started looking around and I had this long calligraphy nib holder, and I did the same thing. I had a Faber-Castell nib, which, by the way, these pens don't get enough love in this community. I really like writing with the Faber-Castell. That's another subject. But so this is a broad nib, so I have that in there. And then I picked up another nib holder. This was a few dollars. And this has a Kaweco broad in it. So I have a TWSBI medium, a Kaweco broad, and a Faber-Castell broad. So now I have all the tools that I usually write with. So now when I'm doing writing samples, it's going to feel a whole lot more natural to me. So, and I will show you. Oh, I have to fill up. I have this little vintage ink well that I got at a vintage shop in upstate New York. I don't know who makes it. There's no like markings on it. Maybe somebody just hammered something special in their spare time. And it has a little glass ball in here. So I could do this, but I don't know. I'm feeling extra fancy today. So I'm just going to use a pipette instead of pouring it because that can get a little messy. Okay, so I have a Clairefontaine notebook. So we will do some swatching here. don't know what's going on out there. Okay, so it captures a little bit of ink right there under the nib. It doesn't have the feed, obviously, so you're going to have to keep, you know, re-dipping, but you would have to do that with any dip nib pen that you use anyway. So this is... Okay, so that's one. Okay, I guess we'll do next the, what did I say this was? This is the Kaweco. Whoops. And you get that beautiful feedback on it too when you use these nibs. And this is the Faber-Castell. So now this just makes so much more sense to me because these feel like, especially this one, I really like this comic pen holder, but I think I like the Kaweco nib a little better. I like the, how much ink it lays down, the broad nib. But see how easy that is to swap out? You just wipe off the nib, make sure there's nothing in the collar. And this just feels like a more natural writing experience for me. So cost-wise, I think these are a great affordable choice. The nib holders you can get for just a few dollars. Just Google online. You could get these at Jet Pens, your local craft store. There's lots of online fountain pen retailers that carry these nib holders. This one is called the Comic, and the reason I like the Kaweco nibs, I've tried all assorted Kaweco nibs. That's why I have a few of them on hand, because I like different sizes and I like swapping out the nibs, and these are so easy to remove from the pen, and you just separate the the nib and the feed. Nope, the nib and the feed. So these are, if you have some of these on hand, it's a great little resource for using as a dip pen. That's my tip. That's my great little discovery. I hope this was helpful in some way. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye. Okay, so this is going to be the secret giveaway, and I'm sorry it's only open to US only, but one person is going to win this glass dip nib and the Midori dip nib. So you do have to work for it a tiny bit. You have to leave me a comment below with a purple heart at the end, and you have to be following me on Instagram. And the same thing, when you see the post for this, just leave me a purple heart. Okay, this way I know how to contact you. I can DM you when you win. And that's it. Good luck to everybody. Bye.